Welcome to the video course of Vegan Warrior Green Athletic Fitness Blueprint. This video course contains proven steps and strategies on how to begin your own vegan diet, how to maintain and acquire the type of body you wish on a vegan diet, and presents to you athletes and prominent individuals who debunk some of the greatest myths when it comes to the world of vegan eating. Many individuals believe that a vegan lifestyle is not a lifestyle conducive to muscle building or psychological health. Many believe vegans cannot possibly obtain the protein sources they need in order to keep their bodies working efficiently. And others believe that a vegan lifestyle is not one that should be held for the long haul. Many people are under the assumption that in order to live a healthy and productive life inside and outside of the gym, that one has to constantly chug protein shakes and energy supplements in order to improve performance. Well, we are here to let you know that none of these are true. This video course will have real-life athletes who do not only live a vegan lifestyle, but prove that performance and muscle building are not simply based on the idea of laboratory manufactured and animal-based protein sources. This video course will talk about the true dietary needs of vegans and where they get their sources from, and it will compare to the types of nutrients and proteins other dietary lifestyles obtain in order to show that vegans do not simply go without, they just choose to broaden their food-based horizons. Not only that, but many people believe that a vegan lifestyle cannot possibly give someone the energy they need in order to go work out in a gym for 2 hours. Well, not only will this be yet another myth debunked within the course, but it will also be something we address in full. That is, we will outline various workout plans and routines that will benefit the vegan lifestyle you have chosen, or are at least curious about, in order to achieve the physical benefits you want for your own body. Yes, it is possible to build muscle on a vegan diet, and yes, it is possible to keep up these cardio-based marathons on a vegan diet. In fact, you'll be genuinely surprised as to how similar the workout routines are of those who eat vegan and those who do not. Vegans are not individuals who shove their beliefs down someone's throat. They're individuals who are merely passionate about abstaining from the use of animal products. They do not consume them, and in some individuals, they even attempt to not use them. Are they extremists? Yes. But there are extremists in every healthy lifestyle. This video course contains dietary outlines for those who are or want to be vegan, exercise guidelines for those eating this type of food lifestyle, and athletes that will be highlighted in order to show real-life examples as to how this works. Not only that, but these athletes will have their own personal testimonies as to why they began this lifestyle and how it has benefited them in the long run. And if that was not enough, all of those dreaded myths perpetuated about the vegan lifestyle will finally be debunked. Welcome to the new and amazing world of the Vegan Warriors. In this video, we'll talk about the vegan journey for health and performance. Living a vegan lifestyle has many different benefits. Backed up by multiple prominent research studies, it has been proven that a vegan lifestyle can lower the risk of cardiac events, reduce the risk of developing certain cancers, and lower an individual's chance of type 2 diabetes. Not only that, but it helps with regulating one's metabolism and weight, and can stave off certain weight-induced phenomena such as hypertension. A vegan lifestyle has also proven to reduce someone's risk of stroke. But there are many different benefits to a vegan lifestyle that are not merely based on health. The UN recently released a report that stated a dire need for the world to migrate away from consistently consuming animal products. The impact from a majority of the world's growing population consuming meat and animal products is the growing need for crops to feed those animals in order to breed them for food. Food is not like finding an alternative for fossil fuels. People are required to eat for their survival. However, as the current population stands, animals raised for the sole purpose of providing food to the general population consume over half of all the world's crops. Yes, half. And no, that is not some random statistic. That statistic was embedded within the UN's official report. It is simply an inefficient use of our planet's natural resources. As the population continues to grow because of the advancement in medicine, more agricultural space is going to be necessary in order to grow and feed the heightened number of animals bred necessary for food purposes. Many people talk about deforestation and scream for it to go away, but many people do not understand that around 56% of that deforestation is going to the purpose of agriculture, growing food not simply for humans, but for those animals that are raised specifically for general food sources. And if that's not enough, around 850 million people, around 15% of the entire world's population, struggle and deal with undernourishment. Even with all of this going on, it's all simply a waste of the planet's natural resources that will become exhausted in the near future if we continue on this path. So, what does being vegan have to do with any of this? Well, not consuming animal products and meat takes a bit off the burden of this need for more agricultural space for those animals we need to feed. Adopting a vegan lifestyle takes the stress off the planet's natural resources and will ultimately require less water, fossil fuels, and land in order to cultivate. Multiple reports have surfaced that declare the world's population will be around 9 billion individuals by 2050. And many more studies have been done that proclaim the world's meat needs will not be sustainable by that point. Adopting a vegan lifestyle can help that statistic. Many vegans scream about the animal cruelty and how that should be the reason everyone converts to a vegan lifestyle. But the truth is more that people are concerned about their own well-being rather than the well-being of an animal they cannot see, touch, or hear. So, it should bring a smile to many people's faces when we say that there are more scientifically backed studies that give even more personal health benefits that are only provided when adopting a vegan diet. It's been shown in various studies that a vegan diet provides a higher availability of fiber, potassium, antioxidants, and folate, which makes it the most mineral and vitamin-rich diet offered on the health and wellness circuit today. Not only that, but it's the #1 recommended diet by general physicians and specialists when it comes to someone who needs to lose weight. One particularly renowned study compared a vegan diet to a dozen other popular and well-received diets and found that the participants who adopted the vegan diet lost the most weight, with an average of 9.3 pounds more than all the other groups of participants utilizing other diets. It can also help level out blood sugar levels and promote kidney functions as a result of lowering and regulating internal blood sugars. Not only that, but it has been proven to help individuals who suffer with different arthritic pains because many of the vegetables and fruits ingested contain antioxidants and free radicals. Yes, those are actually a thing that help manage internal swelling. However, no one can deny the social stigma and misconceptions many people have because of the loud and proud vegans who accuse people of being monsters because they eat meat. Unfortunately, they are out there. With any lifestyle, whether it be health-based, politically based, or religiously based, comes those who take it to an extreme and give the lifestyle a bad reputation. Luckily, there are ways you can combat that social stigma should you choose to adopt a vegan diet and/or lifestyle. For starters, educate yourself. Look into those studies and hold those statistics at the ready. With taboo subjects come people who will want you to prove to them what you are talking about. So be ready. Read and educate yourself in the avenues that have proven a vegan lifestyle does what it claims to do. Many other people believe vegans are not getting what they need when it comes to macro and micronutrients. Take, for example, proteins and calcium. Once someone hears someone does not eat meat or animal byproducts, they automatically assume two things are not being ingested: calcium from milk and protein from meat. This is another avenue to properly educate someone. Use your thirst for knowledge and research foods that are rich in calcium and protein that are not stereotypical resources. Not only should you incorporate those into your diet, you can also use this information when educating someone on what veganism really is versus what they've been originally introduced to. Another way to get around this social stigma, if you've not educated yourself fully yet, is to simply say you enjoy the taste of something while not enjoying the taste of something else. If you go out to a restaurant and ordered a vegan-based dish, someone will eventually ask, if you aren't vegetarian, why are you eating a vegetarian dish? Instead of telling them, because I'm a vegan, and spiraling into that social stigma conversation, rephrase what you would say to them. Instead, tell them because you thought the dish would taste good or because you enjoy the taste of fried tofus versus the fried chicken they were offering. No one can argue with you if it's simply a matter of what your taste buds and stomach preferred at the moment, but someone will always argue with you over ideologies. However, education on the diet and lifestyle will be necessary at some point in time, especially if you ever want to talk about your eating habits with someone. Luckily, we have many different popular myths in the next chapter that are easily and scientifically debunked to help begin your mental journey towards preparing for all aspects of your lifestyle, including the diet. In this video, we'll talk about debunking the myths. There are many different myths about the vegan community that perpetrate society. Some of them are large myths that have spread to the far corners of the world, and some of them are lesser known myths that could wreak havoc on the community if believed by the general public. We're here to introduce you to these myths right before we debunk them completely. Myth number 1: vegans don't get enough protein in their diets. This is simply false. While meat and things like eggs and milk are major sources of protein, they are not the only ones. Many of our beloved vegetables have protein, like spinach. 1 cup of uncooked spinach has around 7 grams of protein. Nut butter has 8 grams of protein per 2 tablespoons. Quinoa has around 9 grams of protein per cooked cup. And 1 cup of cooked lentils packs a whopping 18 grams of protein. Many research studies have shown, in fact, that both vegans and traditional eaters are usually getting too much protein in their diets. Myth number 2: if you can't eat meat, then you can't build muscle to become strong. There is so much false in this statement, it's unbelievable. Things like hemp powder and dairy-deprived whey protein sources pack incredible volumes of protein, just like those traditional protein shakes that are beloved to bodybuilders. And the foods listed previously are perfect meat protein replacements when it comes to taking in the required amount of protein in order to build and keep muscles strong. However, another myth also flows into this point as well. It is possible to get the recommended amount of calcium into a vegan diet without drinking and eating dairy products that will enable someone to keep muscles and bones healthy for the long term. Things like raw nuts, calcium-fortified hemp milk, and cooked greens like broccoli and kale have great amounts of calcium in them per serving. Myth number 3. Vegans are weak. First off, what? Secondly, no. NFL defensive lineman David Carter, a 6-time Ironman champion John Joseph, and the tennis sisters Venus and Serena Williams are all vegans. Need I say more? Myth number 4. Vegan diets are not healthy. If fruits, vegetables, non-GMO products, no MSG, and lack of meat and dairy are somehow unhealthy, then you've got me here. However, I highly doubt a diet that comes recommended by oncologists for certain cancer patients is unhealthy. Not only does a vegan lifestyle afford the body more opportunities to acquire micro and macronutrients the body needs to operate and survive, it also helps to flush out the toxins and free radicals that have built up within the body that have been deposited by over-processed foods, grain-fed animal meats, and even over-pasteurized dairy products. Myth number 5. You will have to supplement holes in your diet with vitamins if you go vegan, which will end up costing you more money. All right, let's break this one down. Supplements for holes in the diet. A vegan diet has been scientifically researched and measured against dozens of other diets, and it's come out on top time and time again as the most nutrient-dense diet on the planet. The only reason people who attempt a vegan eating lifestyle and end up having to supplement with vitamins is because simply cutting out animal products and dairy is only half the battle. The other part is then replacing those things you've removed with things you can then ingest. The idea of supplements costing you money, which makes a vegan diet somehow unattainable because of the hit your pocketbook takes, is simply absurd. A basic multivitamin that houses anywhere between 30 and 60 once-a-day pills is anywhere between $12 and $15 on the market. Would you like to tally up how much you currently spend in takeout or fast food? If you adopt a vegan lifestyle and remove animal products and dairy, then you have to make sure you replace those foods. Try other fruits and experiment with other vegetables. Try to broaden your taste buds, and as you do this, you will be finding other sources of vital nutrients and vitamins that were otherwise absent from your diet. Myth number 6. Veganism is an eating disorder. No, 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 and no. First of all, veganism is a lifestyle, while vegan is a way of eating. Veganism is a lifestyle that seeks to exclude all forms of animal cruelty and exploitation. This includes not eating animal products and byproducts, not purchasing clothing made from animal skins, and boycotting news and media outlets that either support or take no stance against animal cruelties. Vegan is the eating lifestyle whereby animal products, byproducts, and dairies are removed from the diet and replaced with suitable fruits, vegetables, and fortified non-dairy products in order to maintain bodily health and promote a healthy lifestyle. An eating disorder is a mentally based condition that surfaces in physical manifestations of control, resulting in an incredibly unhealthy treatment of the body. Myth number 7. Veganism is white. Apparently, some people believe that a vegan eating lifestyle and veganism in general is something that is only perpetrated and truly adopted in white upper middle class communities. So because of this, many people believe that vegans are somehow racist in nature, which is absolute and utter nonsense. How do I know this? Well, refer back to myth number 3. If you're not familiar with any of who those athletes are, then we will sit back and wait for you to look them up really quickly. Did you do it? Good. Okay, moving on. Myth number 8. Vegans only eat 8 vegetables and the food tastes horrendous. Well, now that's just insulting. Vegans eat all sorts of things, including vegetables, raw nuts, all sorts of fruits, non-dairy fortified milks and drinks, freshly squeezed juices, and hemp powder proteins. They're just a few of the foods vegans take in regularly. A plant-based diet is not a diet of salads. It's a diet of anything that is grown in plant form. This means potatoes, fresh herbs and spices, bananas, grapes, and virtually anything else that grows on a plant is consumable on this diet. Luckily enough, these are the same ingredients that can be used to make spicy bean chilies, hearty stews, sweet potato lasagnas, and even pizza. Now, that sounds pretty yummy to me. The myths perpetrated in the public sector are usually myths concocted by the media. They swing stories for their benefit in an attempt to garner ratings and attention without giving any thought to the detriment they're doing to society as a whole. Many people have been led away from adopting a vegan lifestyle because of the things they have seen on the news that are simply not true. The myths above are just a handful of the myths perpetrated over the decades since plant-based diets have surged back into the public eye. And it's important to understand that these myths are not only false, but preposterous. However, if debunking these myths still have you wondering if you'll be able to stay physically fit on this type of eating lifestyle, then the next chapter is for you. In this next chapter, we will outline many major athletes who have fully adopted a vegan eating lifestyle who are exponentially stronger than you. In this video, we'll talk about vegan athletes with more muscles than you. Many prominent athletes have adopted vegan diets and lifestyles and have not only maintained their strength, but also promoted their inward health past a point they felt possible as a traditional eater. One of the most famous stories is, of course, Venus Williams. In 2011, Venus was diagnosed with Sjogren's syndrome, which is an autoimmune disease, and this is what prompted her to adopt a raw vegan lifestyle. When her diagnosis took her out of the world of tennis, it was her adopting of this type of eating lifestyle that brought her back to the court despite her autoimmune condition. Ever since, she has trained harder, become more efficient, and has stood alongside her sister, who also adapted the vegan lifestyle in order to support her sister through this uncertain road, and has since stood toe-to-toe with her on the court. Mike Tyson is another athlete who has not only stayed strong, but also kept his muscle mass even after he switched to a plant-based diet. When Tyson made the switch to clean living, he became an outspoken proponent of the vegan lifestyle. He dropped over 100 pounds after cutting meat and animal byproducts from his diet, and he proclaims that it has helped him with a variety of issues he began experiencing as he got older. He tells anyone who will listen that as his age started to creep up, he felt his physical condition beginning to slip. He was experiencing arthritis, sharp joint pain, and tacking on weight at an enormous rate. Since switching to the plant-based eating and animal-free lifestyle, not only have those issues cleared up, but he's also gained the bulk of his energy back in the latter years of his life. Mac Danzig is a prominent name in the world of MMA fighting, and he was criticized a great deal when he made the decision to adopt a plant-based diet. In the meat-eating world of MMA, he now stuck out like a sore thumb. While he cut the dairy out quite some time before the full move because of allergies, he states that the primary reason he shifted to a full-on plant-based diet was because he felt his body was not at the peak physical condition it could have been in regards to his fighting. Yes, a prominent MMA fighter adopted a plant-based eating regimen because he wanted more from his body. Among his list of foods he eats on a regular basis, black beans, lentils, and seeds top the list. Next, we have baseball superstar Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron is just another prominent athlete in the world of athletes that adopted a plant-based lifestyle in order to further their strength, agility, and energy stores for their career. He is a 25-time All-Star in baseball and has never once argued or disputed his diet to the press. Simply the length of his illustrious and historical career tells us that not only is a plant-based lifestyle good for the body, it also shows that it has no bearing on an individual's strength. However, no list of vegan athletes is complete without the mention of Tony Gonzalez. Infamous tight end in the NFL, he has openly admitted that his dietary choices have caused many awkward eyebrow raises during his career. The catalyst for his decision was a chance meeting he had on an airplane with businessman David Pulaski. What happened during that encounter? Well, Pulaski kept refusing standard meat and cheese dishes that were being offered to first-class passengers on the plane they were both inhabiting, and Gonzalez got curious and asked why. Pulaski introduced him to the China study, which was an experiment performed where multiple scientists found that Chinese citizens who ate fewer animal products were less susceptible to many different illnesses. Pulaski talked with him about the theories behind many of the illnesses that plague Americans in regards to their diets, and the rest is history. Gonzalez is the billboard example for both the dangers and the benefits of adopting a vegan diet. When he first began his diet, he dropped a substantial amount of weight because he was uninformed about the nutrition side of the eating lifestyle. In essence, he cut out all animal products without replacing them with other protein, fruit, and vegetable sources. Due to his weight loss, he lost his strength, and this is when he decided to begin educating himself. He spoke with several doctors and specialists and read every type of material he could get his hands on. And he figured out where he had gone wrong and took every effort to change it. He quickly began incorporating more plant protein sources he didn't know to exist, and it put him back in fighting shape within a few short months. So, what has this plant-based diet done for his career? Well, since adopting the diet, he has not only become incredibly outspoken about his decisions because of the criticism many in the NFL gave him, which have led many individuals to adopt vegan eating habits of their own, he's also set several athletic records within his career, including a career reception record for his position in football. The truth of the matter is that adopting a plant-based lifestyle, if done right and with the right amount of knowledge, can help your body heal. Not only that, but it can also help to strengthen your body in ways a traditional eating lifestyle cannot, because the variety of foods you have to adopt will also come jam-packed with macro and micronutrients your body is not getting otherwise. So, with all of this in mind, what does a vegan eat? Do they take supplements anyway? What type of foods have those sources of protein and calcium that are so vital to bone and muscle health? Trust me, there is more variety than you realize. In this video, we'll learn about fueling the vegan warrior. A vegan eating lifestyle includes the ingestion of fruits, vegetables, grains, dried beans, peas, lentils, seeds, and nuts. Vegans do not consume dairy, eggs, meat, poultry, fish, or any products that contain any of these foods. Many people struggle with adopting a vegan lifestyle because they believe deficiencies in calcium, iron, zinc, and a host of other vital vitamins and nutrients will take place. And in part, they are right if they do not replace what they've removed with other sources of these vitamins and minerals. If a traditional eater removes all dairy and animal products from their diet and simply eats regularly despite that removal, they are not only going to be deficient in vitamins and minerals, they will be deficient in protein and caloric intake. There are plenty of vegan sources of these very important macro and micronutrients you can plug into your diet once removing dairy and animal byproducts, in order to plug in the holes those food items will cause. Protein is a vital component to building muscle, keeping strong, and making sure red blood cells are healthy. It's also the component that supports growth all through a species' life cycle. Sources for protein for vegans include soy and soy-based products such as tempeh, fortified soy beverages, and tofu. Veggie burgers, legumes, which is black beans, kidney beans, black-eyed peas, and lentils. Grains like quinoa, oatmeal, and brown rice, and seeds like sunflower and sesame, and nut butters. Iron's another vital component of a healthy diet because it helps carry oxygen to different parts of the body. It is said that vegans usually need twice the amount of iron in their diet as traditional eaters because the iron sources from plants is not as well absorbed as the iron from animal foods, but that does not mean a vegan eating lifestyle is a bad thing. The foods that contain iron also contain high amounts of micronutrients that most all other people are consistently deficient in. Sources for iron include soy and soy-based products, veggie burgers, prune juice, dried apricots, cooked spinach, cooked kale, potatoes with the skin on, pinto beans, adzuki beans, lentils, fortified grain products, cashews, almonds, and blackstrap molasses. One thing to keep in mind with absorbing iron while eating vegan is the fact that it absorbs better when it is ingested when paired with foods that are rich in vitamin C. These types of foods include grapefruits, oranges, kiwis, lemons, limes, potatoes, sweet peppers, broccoli, and cantaloupe. And yes, their juices also count if you are a juicer. Vitamin B12 is yet another vitamin that many would be deficient on if they did not replace those foods removed from their diet. This vitamin helps the body to utilize stored fats as well as create red blood cells. Good sources of vitamin B12 for a vegan include Red Star nutritional yeast, fortified soy beverages, and fortified meat alternatives like meatless chicken and veggie burgers. Vitamin D is necessary for the body because it not only helps to stave off seasonal depression and help regulate the brain's chemistry, but it also aids in the absorption and conversion of phosphorus and calcium into usable components that aid in strong teeth and bones. Vegan sources of vitamin D include non-hydrogenated margarines and fortified vegan-friendly products. Also, the sun. Get outside and get yourself some sun. Speaking of calcium, this is another one of the controversial nutrients that vegans supposedly do not get enough of. Calcium is necessary for bone and muscle health and helps with muscular contractions like your heartbeat. There are numerous calcium sources for vegans, and some of them are soy yogurt, fortified non-dairy beverages, navy beans, sesame butter, also called tahini, blackstrap molasses, bok choy, okra, figs, and fortified orange juice. Zinc is another mineral many people are deficient in, and there are many sources of it for those who choose a vegan eating lifestyle. Zinc is necessary for basic development and growth, and it also aids in strengthening the immune system and healing wounds inflicted upon the body. Good sources of zinc for vegans include peas, lentils, dried beans, pecans, cashew butter, peanut butter, pumpkin seeds, and fortified whole grains. The last nutrient that many people are deficient in that can be provided on a vegan diet is linolenic acid. If you don't recognize that name, then you will probably recognize it by its other name, omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3s are important for nerve, eye, and brain development, but are also helpful in preventing heart disease and cardiac events. There are some wonderful vegan-friendly sources, some of which include flaxseed oil, soybean oil, canola oil, ground flaxseed, tofu, and walnuts. But if you're an athlete or work out intensively while adopting a vegan eating lifestyle, then supplements are usually something worked into the health regimen, no matter what. Vegans, however, have to be very careful with the types of supplements they choose to take. Many supplements on the market have animal byproduct additives to aid in its preservation and shelf life. And it can wreak havoc on a vegan's body if they have gone for an extended period of time without consuming animal products or byproducts. If you find yourself to be a picky eater, then all of the nutrients and vitamins previously listed would be wonderful to work into your morning or evening routine. Just make sure you find a vegan-friendly distributor of these vitamins to stay within the boundaries of your diet. For most vegans, a basic vegan certified multivitamin that includes B12 will be enough. Those multivitamins house zinc, iodine, vitamin C, omega-3 fatty acids, as well as a slew of micronutrients that your body can benefit from. However, if you are someone who is eating a vegan lifestyle and training or working out regularly, then it's recommended you find a branched chain amino acid that is vegan friendly in order to help your body recuperate from the beating your muscles are taking in your workout sessions. These BCAAs will help your body to maintain the muscles it's breaking down and strengthening instead of you simply losing your strength. It will also aid in keeping your bones strong during training as well. The truth of the matter is that dropping entire food groups from your body, while healthier, will inevitably create holes in the nutrients you're receiving. Our stereotypical dietary pyramid that kids are taught in school is not focused on keeping their body inwardly healthy for the long run, but it's there to make sure they get the right amount of vitamins and minerals daily. In other words, our dietary pyramid is not constructed with bodily health in mind, but with nutrient health in mind. And yes, there is a difference. This means that supplements will be necessary. How will you know if you need supplements? Start by finding a basic vegan-friendly multivitamin you can take daily, and a vegan-friendly BCAA if you're working out and training regularly, and see how your body feels from there. If there is a list outlined above whose foods you simply cannot stomach, then that is an individual nutrient and or vitamin that will probably require its own bulk daily supplement. But now that you have all of this information, it's time to tackle the last informational part of this video course before we talk about going vegan and what that entails. And this last part is addressing the intimidating work of exercise and what it means and looks like to someone who eats a vegan diet. In this video, we'll learn about the Vegan Warrior Workout Plan. Getting and becoming active can be difficult for many people no matter the diet they take on. A lack of motivation, morbid obesity, time restraints, and other issues make it very easy for people to either not have the time or not find the energy to become motivated to move. Each person has a unique case, and there's no single solution that fits everyone. However, if you have chosen to adopt a vegan diet, then you have already taken one step in the right direction for the health of your body for the long term. This means the next major step is going to be figuring out what sort of workout plan you want to utilize. A very common way for beginners to start exercising is to take an easy start. This usually means going outside and walking for short 10-minute bursts, or taking the plunge to get that gym membership and going and walking on a treadmill for 15 minutes. For people who want to do some sort of muscle training, you can do particular exercises within the comfort of your own home. Another important facet is to keep motivated during your exercising. The most popular way to keep motivated is via music. But you can also utilize television in order to help you develop the habit of regular exercise. The whole point of beginning an exercise journey on a vegan diet is making sure to ingrain the habit. In order to complete your path in the journey towards better health, you have to choose some sort of workout plan. This will be a plan that you follow week by week that can be easily tailored upwards as your body becomes more efficient in utilizing its energy and becomes generally stronger. Even though you're eating a vegan lifestyle, all of your muscle groups in some way need to be exercised. This includes your abdomen, your thighs, and all the muscles in your back and arms. Simply doing nothing but cardio is not going to make you stronger, and it's not an efficient use of the calories you are giving your body. One of the things people have to keep in mind when exercising on a vegan diet is that you're going to have to feed your body more in order to keep up your energy. Traditional eaters consume massive amounts of protein, indicative to the size of their workout program, because protein from animal sources stays in the body longer. This means that an individual who eats meat and animal byproducts could go to a restaurant and have a nice meal, then still have that fuel 2 hours later when they decide to go to the gym. Vegans do not have that kind of convenience. Because plant-based sources of protein are not as easily absorbed into the body, nor are they held onto for as long as meat-based sources of protein, this means that some sort of energy has to be given to the body within 30 minutes of the exercise you choose to do. Not only that, but you usually have to replenish that store of energy after you work out. This does not mean you have to eat an entire meal before and after your workout. This simply means that a snack, a juice, or a shake of some sort should be ingested 30 minutes before and no later than 30 minutes after your workout. Cardio is an imperative part of a workout regimen for a vegan because it will help to keep your blood sugar levels at bay with the amount of carbohydrates you take in on this type of diet. The thing about a vegan diet is that even though it eliminates food groups, it does not designate a specific amount of caloric or carbohydrate intake that has to be eaten throughout the day. So, cardio and all of its offshoots are going to help an individual regulate their blood sugars when trying to figure out the appropriate caloric intake for their body. Things like 15-minute walks outside, 15-minute walks on the treadmill, 30 minutes of swimming, cycling classes, and even yoga tapes you can do in the comfort of your own home all count as legitimate sources of cardio you should be implementing at least 3 times a week. Strength training for your muscles and your bones also need to be incorporated into your workout, and it should be anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes each time you go to do it. The reason you don't want to go over 45 minutes is because it can be over-exhausting to the muscle groups you're working, and it can cause damage that will keep you from exercising. You do not want to hit all of the muscle groups more than twice a week because this will also ensure that you keep an even muscle development over all the muscles of your body without overworking and hurting yourself. For those of you who are just beginning their strength training, you can do simple weightlifting in the comfort of your own home. You can also do body weight squats and calf raises to work the lower half of your body. Things like push-ups and sit-ups will work your arms and your upper back as well as your abdomen, and planks are a really good way to engage every single muscle of your body. And they can all be done in the comfort of your own home. Strength training is a little more fluid in how often to implement it throughout the week because it's less tailored to the number of times you simply do it and more tailored to the number of times you've worked out a specific group of your body. Remember, during the week for strength training, you have to make sure you work every muscle of your body twice. Whether you situate it so you are strength training every day or whether you situate it so you are strength training 3 times a week, it doesn't matter. What matters is the length of time you strength train and the duration you touch on those major muscle groups every week. There are other ways you can incorporate working out into your lifestyle that are less traditional and more convenient to familial lifestyles. Sports, climbing a tree with your kids or your family, gymnastics, and resistance bands are all wonderful ways to enhance your workout plan without stepping into a gym. There are also certain classes you could take out in the community that have the potential to get you around many other like-minded individuals, such as martial arts and kickboxing. These avenues are great because they do not only incorporate cardio and strength training, but they also enhance the strength of your bones. Now it's time for the most important part of the course. Up until this point, you have merely been fed information. You've been instructed on the guidelines that eating a vegan diet affords. You have been instructed on the types of exercising you can implement, and you've even witnessed us debunk multiple myths that come with the vegan diet that have been misinterpreted and perpetuated by society. It is now time to go over how to correctly and safely implement this change in your life so you have the greatest chance of succeeding. In this video, we'll talk about going vegan. The first step for any new lifestyle change is to do your research. However, we've already done the heavy lifting for you, so you've decided to take the plunge into a vegan way of eating. You've cleared out your home of all animal products and byproducts and filled your home with lots of things according to the food list outlined previously. So now what? Understanding one thing. Your body is not supposed to be hungry. If you are giving your body ample amounts of healthy food filled with nutrients, you will lose weight easily. 4,000 calories of fast food and 4,000 calories of fresh fruits, vegetables, and legumes are 2 completely different things, and your body will lose weight by instilling the latter rather than the former. Don't think that adopting a vegan diet in order to lose weight or help your long-term health means going hungry. Grab a snack if you get hungry in between meals. Awareness is also a vital part of going vegan. Listening to your body and interpreting what it wants is imperative to being able to give it the nutrients it's longing for on a daily basis. For most people, it's easy to distinguish between when the body is thirsty and when it's hungry. However, for many of those other people, it can be hard when the body becomes hungry, but has no particular craving for it. Becoming in tune with your body and being able to interpret its needs via the brain signals that are being shot throughout your system is vital to becoming a vegan. Not only that, it's vital to becoming a well-adjusted individual. For many, implementing a lifestyle is not something you can just do, as in jumping in feet first will always lead them down a path of failure. If you are the type of person who could throw out or donate all the food in your kitchen, refill it, and start your new eating lifestyle full force tomorrow, then you are more likely to succeed. But not everyone is like that. For those who are not like that, here's something you can do. Go through your kitchen and take stock of everything that is not going to be kosher for a vegan eating lifestyle. All meats, refined sugars, snacks, and animal byproducts need to be written down on the list. Then you need to put this list somewhere where you'll be able to see it every day. Now, every time you go grocery shopping, cross 2 items off that list that you will not purchase and refill your kitchen with, and instead, replace it with something for your new plant-based diet that you will incorporate regularly into your kitchen. For example, if you're ditching the chips and salsa, then opt for something crunchy like carrots, and then purchase all the ingredients needed to make your own salsa. Another tip is to eat before you go shopping. If you go into a grocery store hungry, it is going to be much harder sticking to your vegan shopping list if you are constantly passing by the junk food and candy aisles. It's also going to behoove you, at least for the first few trips, to write out your grocery list and take it with you. Whether you jot it down in your phone or whether you write it out physically on a piece of paper, having that accountability right in front of you is going to help you stay on track. Making these small changes in your diet is going to help you instill the diet for the long haul, resulting in long-term health advances that will not only help you lose weight, but will help advance the efficiency of your body as well as heal your organs and immune system. It takes time to adapt to a diet change such as this one, so make sure you take it in stride. Understand that 70% of this process is mental, and it's overcoming those mental barriers that will help you to get to a point where a vegan eating lifestyle is not simply a diet, but a new way of life. Some daily habits you can begin implementing are making up snacks prior to wanting them, meal planning your week, designating 1 day a week to go grocery shopping, and to always keep trying new foods and learning. Making your snacks prior to wanting them will help keep you from jeopardizing your new way of eating by grabbing something more convenient. And meal planning your week will help you keep from falling prey to the convenience of takeout. Not only that, but designating 1 day a week to grocery shop will help your wallet because you'll be able to use all the fresh products you purchased before it wilts and goes bad. A vegan diet in the long run is actually easier on your wallet if you can minimize food waste by shopping every week instead of every paycheck. But the most important thing is to always keep learning. Purchase a book every so often on the vegan diet and read through it to see if there's any new information. Do research on exotic fruits and vegetables you can try at that new restaurant that has just opened up downtown. Research and listen to other vegan athletes and prominent vegan individuals to see what works for them. Just like any other way of eating, veganism and the vegan diet is not a static entity. Eating the same things day in and day out without ever trying new things or implementing new tactics is going to get boring. Not only that, it can create massive nutritional holes in your diet. Stick to these steps and habits necessary for implementing a vegan diet, and you're well on your way to improving your long-term health, losing weight, aiding the environment, and even tapping into a store of strength and energy you did not realize you could have. Thank you again for watching this video course. Becoming a vegan warrior is all about strength, mental acuity, and determination. It takes dedication as well as knowledge to properly and healthfully enact a vegan lifestyle. So make sure you never stop learning about the diet and all it entails. There are many myths floating out there that misappropriate and perpetuate false information when it comes to a vegan lifestyle. If you are nervous about having to take supplements, then understand this. Traditional eaters are the biggest consumers of supplements on the market. Why? Because despite them eating animal products and byproducts, they are still deficient in their intake of vitamins and minerals because of a massive reduction in fruits and vegetables. Many traditional eaters are under the assumption that animal products and byproducts will give them everything they need, and that is simply not true. Not only do traditional eaters usually take in too much protein, they are drained of their energy stores because of a lack of proper nutrition. Yes, becoming a vegan in diet and in lifestyle helps the environment, but that is not the only reason to adopt this diet. Several research studies that have been conducted have paired a vegan diet up against many other diets, such as vegetarian, a traditional diet, a low carbohydrate diet, a high fat diet, and even a high protein diet. Not only did participants in a vegan diet lose 9.3 more pounds on average than any other person on any other diet tested, they also saw a drastic balancing of their blood sugar levels, their heart rate, and their blood pressure. Do not allow anyone to convince you that going vegan is going to somehow ruin your strength. The Williams sisters, professional NFL football players, boxers, and even MMA athletes are just a few among the thousands of athletes who eat a plant-based diet. Many of those athletes have discovered strength they did not know they had, and have told people time and time again that they would never have unlocked that strength and fortitude if they have not adapted a plant-based eating lifestyle. Protein is not the end-all be-all of strength. It takes massive amounts of micro and macronutrients in order to upkeep your muscles and bones at a cellular level. A diverse vegan diet gives you plenty of those so you can stay healthy in the gym. And all of those micro and macronutrients also afford you more energy, so recuperation from the gym and from any other workout regimen is going to be a bit quicker. Exercising is something you need to implement on a vegan diet. Whether you take a walk for 15 minutes every day or you begin your journey down a 2-hour workout regimen in order to build and tone muscle. You need to make sure two things occur. You need to make sure it is a steady plan you can handle, and you need to make sure all of the facets of your health are being exercised. What this means is just cardio or just weightlifting is not going to work. There has to be a healthy combination of both in order to really succeed at exercising while adopting a vegan eating lifestyle. The most popular way to do this is to work out 6 times a week, with 3 days being cardio-based and 3 days being muscle-based. That cardio can range anywhere from a walk around your block to swimming for an hour, and that strength training can range anywhere from doing sit-ups and push-ups in your own home to going to the gym and utilizing their weight machines. Whatever you choose to do, and whatever you find works for you, stick to it. I hope this video course simply educated you and helped you feel more comfortable with the idea of eating vegan. The next step is to implement, whether you take one step at a time or you start full throttle tomorrow. The next step is physical implementation. And I promise you, you can do this. You are stronger than you realize.